This episode of Now This Is Lit is brought to you by Audible. Check the link in the description to get your first Star Wars audiobook free. Everyone loves free things. Click that link. Do it. This show is also brought to you by our patrons. If you want to support the show in a different way, with just $1 a month, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/StarWarsLitPod. You can get a sticker. You can get access to an exclusive show that we do every month that's wild and chaotic and fun and something you can only get by becoming a member of the Patreon. There'll be so many more perks very, very soon. But for now, do you want a sticker? Do you want a sticker that has a Now This Is Lit logo? Because it's fantastic and I love them. But I also want to give them away because there's just a stack of stickers on my desk. So if you want one, $1 a month. Patreon.com/StarWarsLitPod. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You're listening to Now This Is Lit, a podcast about Star Wars books, the people who make them, and the readers who just can't get enough of them. I'm your host, Meg Dowell. I use she, her pronouns, and The Living Force is out today. And I have 2 episodes in your feed for you. I have this episode, which is the spoiler-free review. It's short, but I hope it convinces you to read the book because it's really good. And I also have an interview with John Jackson Miller. He's back, again, on the show. Exciting. I hope you enjoy that too. You can listen to this one first, that one first, doesn't matter. Both of them are spoiler-free. We will not give away any of the exciting things about the book. I think you should read it, and then we will do a spoiler discussion, me and someone else. We'll see. I hope you enjoy this episode, that episode, the Living Force in general. Happy Living Force Day to everyone. The Galactic Republic isn't what it used to be, and neither is the Jedi Order. Many years ago, Jedi were stationed in outposts across the galaxy to better serve the worlds and communities most in need. Now, many of these outposts are closing, and it's becoming rare for members of the Jedi Council especially to find a reason to leave the temple on Coruscant. A year out from the events of the Phantom Menace, are the Jedi really serving the galaxy as they vow to do? This is the question John Jackson Miller presents at the start of his brand new novel, Star Wars, The Living Force. The book follows all 12 members of the Jedi Council, and Qui-Gon Jinn, plus Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, as they embark on a special mission to a Jedi outpost they plan to shut down. As you might imagine, chaos ensues the moment they arrive. Those who call Quen home could use some help from the Jedi, but the Jedi are about to discover that they too can learn a lot from those they are helping. One of the many things Miller does well in his Star Wars books is making you care not just about the main players, but also the supporting characters. I may have a new favorite Star Wars character, and they're a very small part of the story, but they also fit so well into the overall message the story is telling that they are, at least to me, just as important as the Jedi Masters we follow throughout the book. This book actually did make me laugh and cry, but it made me think deeply about our world and the worlds of Star Wars as well. One question the book prompts in particular has stuck with me since I finished it over a month ago. Is purpose found in a place, a role, a community? Or do we find our purpose within ourselves and carry that purpose with us wherever we go? Not everyone reads Star Wars for philosophical reasons, and that's okay. That's why this book is also laugh-out-loud funny at points. And as usual, Miller also writes an unforgettable villain, who is just as compelling as the story's heroes. I sometimes struggle to connect with the villains in Star Wars books, but not this time. The Living Force is a book many different fans will love. It's set before the prequels, and there aren't many of those in canon so far, outside of the High Republic series. But it also ties nicely into the prequels, especially the Phantom Menace. It's also a fun read for High Republic fans. It doesn't rely heavily on anything from the era, and you don't have to have read THR to enjoy The Living Force. But it's fun to see the small connections between that era and this one, and compare the Jedi of then to those of now. And if you want to hear more about The Living Force from the author himself, and a more in-depth look at the author's Star Wars stories over the years, our Now This Is Lit interview, also in your feed, isn't all you're going to get. Stay tuned. The Living Force by John Jackson Miller is available now wherever you get your Star Wars books. Now This Is Lit is part of the Faraway Fandom Network. It is produced by Devor Montum and written, hosted, and edited by me. Jose Jimenez designed our podcast art. You can keep up with the show on Substack and Now This Is Lit, and find the show wherever you get your podcasts. There are so many ways you can support the show, and all of those ways are linked in the show description. The newest way is to become a member of our Patreon. For $1 a month, you can get access to an exclusive show and a sticker. And if we get 500 people to support the Patreon per month, I can hire an editor. That would be great for me, and maybe for you too. So if you'd like to support the show with just $1 a month, you can do it that way. Or you can just keep listening and sharing the episodes. That is also helpful, and I appreciate it. For more book reviews and Star Wars Book Celebration, follow Star Wars Book Reviews on Instagram and TikTok.